Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new class, which is Second Secondary, the Traveler book. For our first semester, our lesson, as you can see here, is reading, vocabulary, and grammar. So let's check out together the objectives of our lesson. As you can see, the objectives are 3. Hello, Fahd. Thanks for joining us. Please type 1 if you can hear me. So number 1, our objectives. So in this lesson, we're going to learn, number 1, read and provide additional information concerning the landmarks. So this means that we're going to talk about landmarks. And landmarks are famous buildings or places that has a heritage importance or historical importance. 2, we're going to practice in using topic, vocabulary in context, and distinguishing between words easily confused. So that's another thing. We're going to look for vocabulary and understand them in a context. 3, revise the use of the present simple and the present continuous or the present progressive. So let's go on to our first objective, which is, as you can see in this picture. So Fahd, what do you see here in this picture? What do you see, Fahd, in this picture? These are, yes, towers. Do you know where these towers are? Yeah, I know. Please write in English. So these towers are in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. And everybody knows that these are, or most people know that these are in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, because this is a very famous landmark of Riyadh, which is the Kingdom Tower and also Faisaliya Tower and the water big tank in also Riyadh. So these are landmarks. Anybody knows that these are landmarks. More landmarks when you see them like this palace, like these pyramids, like this diverted tower, like this statue, ruins and antiques, a theater, a very big mosque, another tower in France, a very big clock, another statue, windmill, a gate, another building, a palace. So these are all landmarks. So if you are a tourist and you want to visit France, for example, you go to Paris and visit Eiffel Tower. So these are landmarks, and they are really big attraction for tourists around the world. Also, if we go to more landmarks, what do you see, Fahd, in this picture? What is this? This is Mecca al-Mukarramah. That's right. This is Mecca al-Mukarramah here. And this is also another road to Mecca al-Mukarramah. And these buildings are surrounding Mecca al-Mukarramah. So we know that Mecca al-Mukarramah is a very famous and a big landmark to Muslims around the world. So Mecca is a very famous landmark. Many people around the year, especially in Hajj, sometimes you can find 5 million people visiting Mecca during the Hajj time. So what does a landmark mean? It is a building or a place that was important in history. We have examples of very famous landmarks: the holy city of Mecca, Mecca al-Mukarramah, the Taj Mahal in India, the Grand Canyon in the United States, Eiffel Tower in France, and the Egyptian pyramids in Egypt. These are very famous and international landmarks. So let's ask some questions. What does a landmark mean? Does it mean A, Fahd? Is it a famous person who was important in history? Or is it a building or a place that was important in history? What do you think? A landmark is A, a famous person, or B, is a building or a place? Can you choose one, A or B? It's not a famous person, it's B, it's a building or a place, because pyramids, Mecca is a building, Mamlaka Tower is a building, so it's B. Now let's give two examples of world famous landmarks and tell me where. Do you know, Fahd, some landmarks? I just told you some landmarks. Do you know, can you tell me two famous landmarks in the world? Okay, so we said Taj Mahal and Eiffel Tower. That's very good. So it's B. It's not a person, it's a place. And one famous landmark which is in India, which is Taj Mahal, and also the Grand Canyon, which is in the US. So I'm going to read for you about this beautiful picture. This is Taj Mahal. Many people don't know what is the story of Taj Mahal. So it is an Islamic tomb, so it's a graveyard. Mausoleum in Agra, India, built by the Emperor Shah Jahan and dedicated to his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. The construction, which started in 1631 and was completed in 1653, is considered to be the best example of Mongol architecture as or a style combining Indian, Turkish, Persian, and Islamic architectural elements. So as of 1983, the Taj Mahal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Average number of visitors per year, 3 million tourists or 3 million visitors. So it's in India. And it was built by an emperor, and it was a gift where he can bury his wife inside a big palace. So he must have loved his wife, so he made her a very great palace for her grave. And then it turned to be a very famous international or a UNESCO that belongs to the UN as a World Heritage. The Grand Canyon, which are very amazing natural area in the United States, so I'm going to read for you. It is the most famous national park in the US. It's a World Heritage Site which covers 1,218,375 acres, and it is situated in northwestern Arizona. Its geographical significance lies in the fact that it provides a perfect record of 3 eras of geological time, as well as an immense variety of geological characteristics and rock types. Yet it is also impresses the visitor by its sheer size, 277 river miles equals 446 kilometers long, up to 18 miles, which equals 29 kilometers wide, and a mile that equals 1.6 kilometer deep. Average number of visitors per year is 5 million. So there are around 5 million visitors that visit the Grand Canyon, which is a national park in the US, and it's a World Heritage Site, and it's very huge and it's very big. So if you visited the United States, make sure to go to the Grand Canyon. Now let's see the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so it's the Eiffel Tower in France. It's an iron tower next to the Seine River in Paris, construction of which started in 1887 and was completed in 1889. So the tower was designed by Gustave Eiffel as the entrance arch of the Exposition Universelle, a tribute to the centennial celebration of the French Revolution. So it is 325 meters, which equals 1,063 feet high, and the tallest structure in Paris. Average number of visitors per year is 7 million visitors. So this is the Eiffel Tower in France. Paris is close to the Seine River, and it was built by Gustave Eiffel as, you know, a memorial of the French Revolution. So let's ask some questions. Who designed the Eiffel Tower? Do you remember? I just said, who designed the Eiffel Tower? Yes, it was designed. I just said it was designed by Gustave Eiffel as a memorial of the French Revolution. Very good. Another question, which is, how tall is the Eiffel Tower? Do you remember? How tall is the Eiffel Tower? It's 325 meters high, and it's actually the tallest structure in Paris. 325 meters. So make sure if you visited France, you go there. There are 7 million people visit Eiffel Tower around a year. 3. Where is the Taj Mahal located? Do you remember now? Let's go to Taj Mahal. It's in Mausoleum, Agra in India. It was built as a tomb for the emperor wife. 4. How many visitors come to the Grand Canyon in the United States every year? Do you remember? Remember that, yes, the average number of visitors per year was 5 million visitors. 5 million. Here are the answers. It's Gustave Eiffel. It's 325 meters for Eiffel Tower. In Mausoleum in Agra, India, that was Taj Mahal located. And the number of visitors for Grand Canyon in the US is 5 million visitors. Now let's go to put these, you know this. I will tell you where. This is in Canada, this is in Egypt, this is in France, and you know this is in US, and this is in our country in Saudi Arabia, which is, you know. So let's go. A, this is Niagara Falls in Canada. It's a very famous landmark in Canada, so wherever you go to Canada, make sure you go there. These are the ancient pyramids, and this is Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, and this is Grand Canyon in the United States, and finally this is Holy Mecca, or Mecca al-Musharrafah in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, of course. So first one for A was Niagara Falls, the Egyptian pyramids, the Eiffel Tower, the Grand Canyon, and the holy city of Mecca. Now let's go to learn some vocabulary, some words, some nice words to learn. Okay, so the window of the world contains over. This is a text called for a place that has all the landmarks, or some shapes look like the landmarks in one place, and they made it. This is the title for it. It's a small word. So what are the meanings of these words? Replicas, squeezed onto, marvel at, experience, and combine. So let's read and find out through the text what do those words mean. So the window of the world, it's a name of a place that contains everything, contains over 130 replicas, copies of the most famous natural and man-made sites in the world, all squeezed onto about 480,000 square meters. Some of the replicas are the actual size of the site, while others are smaller. In one afternoon, you can visit the Eiffel Tower, walk around the Grand Canyon, and marvel at the Egyptian pyramids. The Acropolis is here, along with Niagara Falls. So you get Niagara Falls, Acropolis, Grand Canyon, Egyptian pyramids, Eiffel Tower, everything in one place. This is what they said. We want visitors to see and experience places and cultures they may not be able to actually get to in person. So the Window of the World theme park combine or contain both fun and education. So you cannot visit, maybe you don't have time or money to visit all the landmarks in the world. So they made this place called the Window of the World, and it's a very big park where you can see some small shapes and sometimes big shapes of all the famous landmarks in the world in one place. It's a nice place to go. So we got some words in the text that we need to know their meanings. Replicas, which is an event, it's an exact copy of a model of something. So it's like you copy paste something, it's called replica. Squeezed onto, it means fitting onto a small space. So there's something squeezed, okay, zipped or pushed to be in one place or in one space. Marvel at, it means you admire, you wonder, you take a look everywhere. Experience, to be in a particular situation or to try something. Combine is to join together. And finally hold, which is organize. Hold, which is organize. So, since we're talking about vocabulary, you remember we got some words that they have almost the same meaning. And there are sometimes confusing words. Maybe like, job, work. So, let's give two words you think they are confusing words. What some words can you tell me that are confusing for you? Maybe job and work, yes, they could mean the same, but they still have some differences. So there are some confusing words, two pairs, like, I got pairs here, foreigners and strangers. They have the same meaning, but still we have a different. Habit and custom, also same meaning, but we still have a difference. Story and history, try on, try out, take part, take place, expect, and wait. So let's find out what do they really mean and how we can differentiate them. Let's try these couple of words here, try on and try out. So you try on, when I go to a restaurant, I always like to try out something different on the menu. And then number two, and ask the shop assistant if she could try on the black sandals. So to try out is to discover. To try on is for shoes, is for clothes. So when you buy a new jacket, you need to try it on. You need to try it on. The second couple of words, which is take part and take place. One, the Spring Festival will take place. It means will happen in the park. This is to take place, take part. Would you ever take part in a sport competition? And here take part means participate. Would you ever participate in a sport competition? And another couple of words is expect and wait. There's a really big difference here. Expect, so the organizers expect that more than 5,000 people will attend the festival. So they predict, they think that, they assume that there will be 5,000 people in the festival. And we have been here for 30 minutes. I can't wait. I can't stop and wait anymore. So there are really some slight differences upon every word. Now let's have more. So if we have try on, which is something for clothes, try out, which is something, to try out, to experience something, take part, take place, expect, and wait. So try on, which is best what? We have here a period of waiting, measure, anticipate, happen, to give it a try, and to participate. So try on is best first connected with what? To try on is to measure, like you try on some clothes. And another word, which is trying out, which is to give a try. Yes, that's right. To give it a try. So let's go here. And take part. So what you're going to choose for take part, it's to participate. That's right. So that goes for take part, which is to participate. And take a place, which is happen. That's right. So take place goes for happen. And this is happen here. And expect. So to expect is to somehow predict something's going to happen, which is anticipate, which is this word here. Anticipate. And finally, of course, we don't have to connect, but I will do, to wait, which is a period of waiting or a period of time waiting for someone else. So these are actually the meanings of these words, which we need to do. Okay, so let's jump off vocabulary into, so good, try out, measure, try out, to give it a try, take part, participate, take place, happen, expect, anticipate, and waiting or wait is a period of time. So confusing words like strangers and foreigners. So foreigners really need a visa to enter a country, so we call them foreigners. Like in Saudi Arabia, anyone who's non-Saudi, he needs a visa, so he's a foreigner. 2, strangers. It's common to the mother to tell their children not to talk to strangers. Anyone, Saudis or not Saudis, who are strangers to you, people you don't know them. And most of the time, sometimes maybe, strangers are not good people. Habit or custom. Linda has a bad habit of not turning off the window or the TV when she's not watching. And giving someone a gift on their graduation is common custom. So custom has more about culture and about society, and habit is more personal and something sometimes good or bad you do, more often in your life. Story and history. Come on, uncle. Tell us a story. So you can have your uncle or your grandfather or your grandmother tell you a story or tell you a tale. But the word history, I always like to learn about history. History is a subject matter that we study as social studies part in our school. So we study history, and it's what happened in the past. More confusing words to connect foreigners, strangers, habit, and the other words here. So foreigners, let's start with foreigners. We have here tale or narrative, a person born in or coming from another country. Date in culture, exercise, participate, tradition, a person whom one does not know. Okay, so let's start with foreigners. They're a person born in or coming from another country is a foreigner. And strangers, a person whom you does not know. Someone could be anyone, but you don't know him. Habit. What is habit? It's an exercise or practice you do, sometimes good, sometimes bad, we don't know. And custom, it's all about tradition. Custom is about tradition. And story is a tale or narrative. And finally, history, which is date and culture. Dates and culture, like, in, for example, 1947, there was something, and World War I happened on that. This is, we call history. So these are the answers, so quickly, so we have to move on. We're running out of time, and time for grammar. Let's remember the simple present and the present continuous. We know the simple present, for example, he goes to school every day. And sometimes the simple present versus the present continuous or the present progressive. So the simple present in he goes to school every day. This is a fact. And this is maybe a habit or a repeated action. And this is maybe, if you go to school, maybe you're going to go for 10 years, for 15 years, for 3 years. We don't know. And it's open. But the present progressive, he is going to school, or we are watching a movie now. This has a limited time. So we watch the movie, 1 hour, 2 hours maybe, and the movie's over. Let's take more easy examples about the simple present and the present continuous or the present progressive and see the difference. So let's start with the simple present or the present simple. We use it for what? Repeated actions. Actions you do every day or actions you do more often. I play tennis, so you play tennis. If you say I play football, maybe you play football every day, or maybe you play football every week. But this is simple present. Why? You repeat the action. 2, she does not play tennis. That is the negative, so we use does or don't. Does not or don't. And the question is, you reverse it. She does not, does she, or something like this. Does he play tennis? I play tennis. He plays tennis. Does he play tennis? The train leaves every morning. Also, this is a repeated action. Also, we use it for facts and generalizations. So, cats like milk. Maybe this is a fact. We all know that cats like milk. So, we use the simple present. Birds don't like milk. This is a fact. You can never see a bird drinking milk. Do pigs like milk? I don't know, and I don't like pigs. California is in America. This is also a fact. We all know that California is in the United States. We all know that Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. We all know that Paris in France, and so on. Also, we use the simple present for permanent situations and longer acts. So if you have a situation which is permanent and repeats itself for a longer period of time, we use the simple present. Like, Mr. Chin lives in China. Maybe he's going to live 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. I don't know. This is a permanent situation for him. I am here now. I am here now. This is a permanent situation. He needs help right now. He needs help right now. This is also a very clear permanent situation. He has his passport in his hand. This is also, maybe your passport is going to expire in 10 years. As for the present continuous, or we call it the present progressive, we use the adverb now, because it's happening now. I'm watching TV now. You are learning English now. You are not swimming now. Are you sleeping now? I'm sitting. I'm watching. She's watching. I'm standing. I'm not standing. These are all examples of the present continuous. The action starts, it continues, but it must end very soon or in the near future. Also, we use it for temporary situation. Something for a limited period of time. I am studying to become a doctor. So you study for 2 years, 20 years, and then you become a doctor. I'm not studying. That's the negative. I'm reading the book which is called Tom Sawyer, Tales and Adventures of Tom Sawyer. So you're going to read the book in 2-3 days and then it's over. It's a temporary situation. And finally, this week, we're holding Indian Week. We're holding Indian Week. Or this week, we're visiting the museum. So in a matter of a week, you visit the museum and then the tense is over. So this is a temporary situation. So if we draw a comparison between the simple present or the present simple and the present progressive or the present continuous, if you like, I take the bus every day. So you're talking about now and on to the future. You may take the bus every day for 5 years, for 5 months. I don't know. But this is a fact and this is a repeated action. So we use the present simple. Another example, I'm waiting at the bus station. It means you're waiting for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then your waiting will end, and it's going to be a temporary situation, and then you have to go. So let's do very quickly this exercise about choosing the best verb. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need to choose the verbs here. How can we change them? So we have Ali and Omar talking. Hi, Ali. Hi, Omar. What a surprise to see you in the public library. What you do here early in the morning? Yes, that's right. You do. What are you doing here? Because he's talking about now. What are you here? What are you doing here now in this morning? And he said, Omar, yeah, well, to India with my parents. I am traveling. I am traveling. That's right. I'm traveling to India with my parents next month. And they, simple present, want me to learn a bit about Indian history and culture. Ali, you're lucky. I love to travel. That's a fact. But I never go, or never get the chance to go anywhere. So Ali likes to travel, but he can't go anywhere because he doesn't have the chance. But Omar is leaving and traveling, and he is in the public library, and they had this conversation and they made it. So what are you doing? I'm traveling. I want to get my passport. I love travel, but I never get the chance to go anywhere. So here is the summary of what we did today. So we talked about landmarks like Holy City of Mecca, Niagara Falls, Egyptian pyramids, Eiffel Tower, Grand Canyon. We had some nice vocabulary. Try on, try out, take part, take place, expect, and wait. And we drew, actually, the difference between some confusing pair of words like these: foreigners and strangers, habit and custom, story and history. Also, we had some nice vocabularies, and we got their meanings, like replicas, an exact copy of or model of something, squeeze into, fitting in one place, small place, marvel at, admire, experience, to have a particular situation, and combine, join together, hold, to organize some event in a place. We talked about the simple present and the present progressive, and we said the simple present, it expresses habits, general truth, repeated actions, unchanging situations, emotions, and wishes. Or the present progressive, that it indicates continuing action, something that is going on now. So I'm giving you the lesson now. Soon I'm going to be over because I got 1 minute left, right? This was the summary. These are the references. You can come back to them